Hi, folks. Well, we have a worldwide pandemic going on, and couple of my recommendations. One is that you join a meetup group. They're all over the world on just about any interest you can think about. And then there's the whole thing. If you're living alone, as I am, you might want to consider getting a pet, either a dog or a cat. Now, from my understanding, a cat is a lot easier. They take care of themselves, and they're affectionate, and there's no cleaning and so forth. But my whole thing is, what does a cat do? That's the only problem. To me, it seems like they just sleep all the time. Now, on the other hand, if you get a dog, I'll tell you the simple way to take care of a dog. It's really very simple. You just have to be aware that there's certain rules. For one thing, if you tell them to do one thing, they'll probably do the exact opposite. So what you do is you tell them the opposite, and then maybe they'll behave. Now, when you take a dog outside, make sure that you have them on a leash and a harness. Otherwise, they can end up halfway across the country before you find them. They like to roam. And another thing you should do is have a fence, a fenced yard, so that the dog can run around and chase him or herself all the time. The only problem is you have to make sure that the yard is sturdy enough that the dog can't dig its way through on the bottom, and that's not so easy. I've had to have the fence fixed a few times because my dog is a digger. You're saying, what about food? Well, the best thing is to give your dog food all day long. They like to eat all day long, and not just dog food. They want to eat your food too. What about barking? Well, you're going to have nonstop barking. There's nothing you can do about that. Unless you get one of these devices in the mail that stop them from barking. I'm not too crazy about that idea. Now, what about trash and so forth? Well, you don't need a shredding machine. No. You don't need them because, some politicians, they say, come over, we'll shred your papers and so forth. You don't need that because the dogs will literally chew anything. So they'll shred anything. And so you don't need a shredding machine. And it's good to cover your furniture with blankets and so forth because they like to claw. I hear that's true of cats too. Let's say that you want to talk on the phone. That's not a good idea. Now, my dog does not like me talking on the phone. It makes all kinds of racket and nobody can hear what goes on. So my recommendation is that you make sure you have a cell phone around in addition to a plug-in phone, because a cell phone you can move around so you can get it away from your dog so you can talk on the phone. Because the dog wants attention basically 24 hours a day, You have to remember that dogs like to be chased at all times. And they're thieves. They like to steal your stuff, so you'll chase them and then hide under the couch and so forth. So keep all your valuables in drawers. And that includes clothes because they'll run around with your clothes too. Don't shave. Now, if you're going to shave, you have to shave somewhere that's not around the dog. My dog does not like shaving at all. It makes all kinds of racket if I try to shave. It takes away from their playtimes. Now, what about alarms to wake you up? That's not a good idea because my dog does not like the noise of alarms, starts barking and gets real mad. So what I would say is get a rooster. And then you just wake up at the time the rooster crows. Then you won't have that problem. About washing your clothes. That's not a good idea either. The best, because the dog does not like the noise of the washer dryer and carries on like crazy. So what you need to do is go outside to one of those washer dryers where you pay, and then the dog won't bother you while you're washing your clothes. And you say, what about driving with a dog? Well, the problem is your dog is going to want to drive. They think they're drivers. So you have to have a seatbelt on so they won't try to drive. And what about your computer? Well, that's another problem because your dog believes that he or she is a computer technician and will just start typing on your computer. So you have to make sure your computer is not near you when you're trying to type. So just follow these basic rules and you will have no problems taking care of dogs. Okay, so long for now.